railway sleepers, which we'll see a lot of them when we get to
This
the
is from the
Tachana.
railway, that's what I thought.
Yeah. Okay, so, and they use the stone here. It's absolutely lovely. I like it very much. Okay, let's get.
Trust your eye.
This park is called the Charles Claw Park. He actually donated a lot of money, and he set this whole thing up. And in summer, it's just amazing. This is where you have gay festivals. This is where you have beer festivals, and it's really unbelievable. And now you can see kids coming here. When you come here on Thursday night, it's just mind-boggling. It's a combination of religious people having picnics here together with Arab families. All here. And this is another amazing story that not too people know about. It involved only 157 crazy Americans who was led by this crazy Mormon who was born apparently in New Jersey. Anybody from New Jersey? Originally, okay. And his name was George Jones Adams. George after George Washington, Jones after Joshua, apparently the first guy who came into the land of Canaan, helped the people get into the land of Canaan, and Adam's the first guy. That's how he made his name. And he became a Mormon, and he decided that he has a mission in life to go and build up this the Holy Land, so that the Jews can get ready to come back. So once the Jews come back, then the Messiah will come again. So they packed up their houses. He managed to get 157 people. That's with children and everything. And a year before, he actually came with another guy called Mackenzie, and they signed a deal for a piece of land, which is in line with the Tachana. The Tachana is just over there. The other side, that's another place one should visit, but we're not going to go visit it today. It's called the American Colony, and they came here in 1865, and they made a deal with this Christian converted from Judaism to Christianity, and they made a deal and put him in charge of buying this land for them. All right, 6 on the Nelly Chappie, and that's what it looked like. And they got here, and nothing had been done. Nothing had been done, and these poor guys who had brought everything with them. Jonesport is in Maine, and they lived in wooden homes, beautiful wooden homes. So each one brought their prefab homes, all wrapped up in parcels, on the ship to build the homes there. It must have been about 20 to 25 homes, 157 people, etc., lots of children. And they came here, and they couldn't get to that part of where their land, where it was supposed to be, and they had to anchor outside because the big ships couldn't go into Jaffa Port. So they anchored, and everything was somehow transported, and they lived here on this beach in terrible conditions. The Arabs sold them water which was filled with cholera. There was cholera plagues then in the country. A lot of them died, the children especially. It was a terrible situation.
Are there any descendants to this day?
No, they left, I think. No,
not all of them left.
Ah, they didn't leave?
Yeah, it was a complete nightmare. As a matter of fact...
Wait, let me see that.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh.
Сейчас я тебе говорю, что где-то но такое впечатление, что это вообще я даже это железная дорога. Да, это первый же. И там вон еще, видишь, сейчас да, ну мы сейчас обойдем.
Да, согласна. Я очень
Я клянусь,
сегодня мы поехали утром рано.
И что? Нервничала. Я когда это думала, господи,
one of these pillars, and you'll see that it comes from Paris. Yeah.
Paris.
Most of the floors that you're going to see in the shops are original.
Yes.
It's amazing.
So it was all just overgrown.
It was completely overgrown.
This was what this
Yeah,
was
yeah,
there
yeah.
underneath.
They may have fixed it and lying around and they put it together. Ich weiß nicht. They did an amazing, amazing job. And what we have here, when it was closed in 1948 and after the War of Independence, they brought all the junk over here. All right, and this is all the shrapnel, all the armament, all the uniforms, everything was just put in here, and then it was made into a museum, for an army museum. And the entrance was from Rehov Eilat. What you see here, they've redone it. It was just machsanim in terrible condition, but wonderful to take grandchildren climbing on the tanks and etc., etc. British stuff, Syrian stuff, I don't know what goes on here. The tanks that you see here, and so now they've made it, and the entrance now is from here, from the part of the railway station. And originally this wall that you see here ran right across it. All right? Okay, yeah, you can see railway lines, the regionals. You see what they've done with the beams. They made it into beautiful benches. That building over there is new, the white one, and it's used mostly when children come here and they have all kinds of children activities. It's so busy here. On Fridays they have the organic market here and beautiful stores and everything organized. It doesn't look like a shuk. Very, very, very hygienic and aesthetic looking. Now, what is this building over here? All right, I don't know if I have to go into the whole story of the German Templars. This guy, this family, Weiland, he was a very wealthy guy, and he was one of the founders of Sarona. Anybody been with me there?
Yeah.
Okay, you can't go there now. They're busy renovating the whole place, putting up high-rise buildings, but leaving the houses that you saw exactly how it is. I've got a friend who's building there, and I'm going to see what they're doing. So I'll report.
Living there in those houses?
No, they're waiting for people to come and buy into it and rent it for beautiful shops or something to do with the German Templars, anything. All right, so this guy Weiland came from Sarona and built this beautiful mansion. This is his house. Okay, he built it in the beginning, towards the end of the 19th century, and he opened up a factory for building material, which the factory was over there, the double-story building there. The top part was the factory, the bottom part was the factory, and the top part was where he displayed all his stuff. He did all the tiles, well, they can't see any of now, but he did all the tiles and also the roof tiles. Now, usually they usually that color tile. What's that color? A terracotta. I don't know what I'm calling it. They're usually terracotta color. All right, and they were imported usually from Marseille, of all places. That's usually where. All right, so here again, this is part of the house, and you can see it's all the eclectic style architecture, just like Schlussburg in Tel Aviv. And this is what was all manufactured at Weiland factory. And of course now there's a restaurant up there, a coffee shop, and a beautiful, beautiful view of Jaffa. Right? So that's a nice place. Is that
wall original?
That's original wall, yeah. And they try to use as much as possible original, and you'll see the interior design. It's beautiful, real expensive stuff, and it's hanging on a branch. You know, that kind of thing.
They did a very good job between Sheffield and
Sycamore tree, this is a ficus tree, ficus tree, and they are not so crazy about these tiles, but that's what there is. Okay, and this of course is a bar. How can one live without a bar?
Ama kapattılar da şey. Louvre. Burası bütün açık. Burası bütün açıktı.
In Germany, they haven't got olives to press, so they brought over the press that they used for Utah and radishes. that they used in Germany and converted it so that it would be made into an olive press. And there's a room, and those have been with me, there's actually the olive press is still there and it works. And I suppose it's going to be made into a little boutique for olive oil next time I go there. Guy who's responsible for all the interior design and everything that happens, he has to know what it's about. And in 2003, when they started working on it, they found certain paintings in Baylan's house. And it was very, it looked like, and they thought, well, they did the paintings because it went with the rest of the interior. And then all of a sudden, some of the workers found another kind of painting, and it didn't gel with the paintings of the Germans. It looked like something else. They quickly peeled off as much as was left. This is in the Weiland's house, and saw that it had layers. And the top layer was a work with Israeli military motifs, Samson, David, and Goliath. This is in Weiland's house, and a patrol jeep attributed to the Givati Brigade. The second layer contained paintings in the same style and those found in Villa Weiland beforehand. The bottom consisted of small paintings and dances. And he realized that this was not what the Germans did. And what he discovered, just by chance, that he tried to trace who actually did the paintings. And Farkas was unable to discover the identity of the artist, and even consulted the British cultural attaché, who referred him to experts. And by a great miracle, he says, he came to Berlin to see an exhibition. Farkas approached a guy there who had been Gerd Rothschild's partner in graphic studios. He was also a painter, and hoping to get some information about, perhaps it was this guy. And this guy lived in Germany with